Sean fans, welcome to another edition of the Coach and Crew Show. I am your host, Charlie Krause, and a lot has happened since Saturday, maybe Friday evening, and then turn around and on Sunday, and then again today. What we try not to do on this show is speculate, hearsay, and rumor. We might do that in text message to ourselves as we're learning information, but as far as when we officially push publish on these things, we try our hardest never to do that, minus predicting game scores. That doesn't count. So this whole ordeal that's been happening, when signs became more and more obvious throughout last week that were pointing in the direction of Coach Chadwell leaving, you sit back and you just analyze it. And even though nothing was ever officially said, you don't have to be a soothsayer to figure out what was coming up next. So let's start with Friday night and the speculation and his press conferences and just saying, I have not signed any paperwork. Well, that right there, he either says, I am here next year, or he doesn't. And since he didn't, we kind of knew what was coming next. Move to the game. Wet field, sort of bad conditions, balls not being interchanged out on a regular basis like they probably should have been. And Coastal Carolina found themselves in a deep, dark hole. Did they put a valiant effort to come back? Yes. Did they outstat Troy in every statistical category minus the final score? Yes. So all that happened. Then, and you can figure out how this happened, but then they got word that there's a team meeting scheduled for Sunday morning. We all knew what was going on for that. Fast forward, while one jet plane is leaving Coastal Carolina, another one's coming in. Coach Chadwell, wish you well as you welcomed yourself and were introduced to Lynchburg, Virginia at Liberty University at 3 p.m. That chapter is now closed. In the meantime, as we get to the part two of this conversation, what happens? Coastal Carolina learns it's going to be away for the holidays. It'll be missing their time with their families over Christmas break, as they will be preparing for the Birmingham Bowl. And we're going to talk heavy about the Birmingham Bowl in other future episodes. And we'll bring on some special guests. Their opponent's going to be the East Carolina Pirates from the American Athletic Conference. And once again, we'll talk more about that later. But for now, hours after Coach Chadwell officially resigned, we have now had a new hire, the fourth head coach of Coastal Carolina University, Tim Beck, as his most recent position, the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach of North Carolina State. Where I first heard his name before, and it rang a bell, was he was the quarterback coach at Ohio State. He's also had ties with Nebraska and a few other programs. So I've heard of him before. Obviously, I know just as much as the average person does about him, and I'm happy and willing to learn more. The one thing is for sure is he already has a game plan for his offense.
One that scores a lot.
Other than that, his job doesn't officially start as head coach until 4 seconds after the bowl game ends. He will be at the bowl game. He'll be on campus. Coach Staggs is the interim coach. And Coach Beck will be taking it over once officially the bowl game ends on the 27th. And until then, it's just.
I told the players and coaching staff there's three things right now where my focus is. Number one, my focus is on the current staff right now. Number two, it's on the current players. And number three, it's on our committed and recruits. They got to be OKGs, right? They're all kind of guys.
We wish him well. Coach Beck, welcome to Coastal Carolina. Birmingham Bowl's on the way. Interim head coach, Coach Staggs, best of luck. I know a lot of responsibilities are thrown on your shoulders, and a lot of challenges are being made for double dipping now. And you'll have those opportunities to see where you can find your successes from that. And we'll talk more about the Birmingham Bowl and future episodes. So give us your thoughts. Welcome, Coach Beck. Birmingham Bowl upcoming. Shots up.